She thought she'd simply had a short, quietly disappointing romance that fizzled out when the other woman moved away. That's the story Vanessa Woodfield believed for weeks. But the truth about Dr. Caitlin Todd is far darker than a failed relationship, and when Vanessa finally uncovers what this woman was really doing behind closed doors, it doesn't just horrify her, it drags her directly into one of Emmerdale's biggest unsolved mysteries of the year. Emmerdale has been building toward one of its most gripping whodunit storylines in recent memory, and Vanessa Woodfield's discovery of the truth about Dr. Caitlin Todd is set to become a pivotal turning point. With Caitlin's death already confirmed through a chilling flash-forward sequence, the show has spent weeks laying out a web of secrets, blackmail, and psychological manipulation, and now Vanessa is about to learn just how much darker this doctor's true nature really was, information that could put her directly in the middle of a murder investigation. To understand why this reveal matters so much, you need to understand who Vanessa believed Caitlin Todd to be versus who she actually turns out to have been. Vanessa had a brief romantic relationship with Caitlin that came to an abrupt end when the doctor relocated to Sheffield. Though the relationship never became particularly serious, it genuinely stung for Vanessa, who had been keen to explore where things might go before Caitlin's departure cut things short. For weeks, that's all the relationship appeared to be, a small, personal disappointment rather than anything connected to a much larger, far more sinister storyline unfolding elsewhere in the village. What Vanessa didn't know was that Caitlin had a considerably darker side hiding beneath her professional exterior. As Charity's doctor, Caitlin had been secretly blackmailing her over a devastating family secret, the truth about Layla's parentage, using that leverage to control and manipulate Charity for weeks. Charity lived under constant fear that this secret coming out would tear her family apart, giving Caitlin significant psychological power over her. Making matters even more disturbing, Caitlin was also revealed to be gaslighting Charity, specifically around her struggles with postpartum depression, continuing to manipulate her emotional state even as Charity tried to process a deeply vulnerable period in her life. It's a portrait of someone who used her position of trust as a medical professional to exploit and control a patient, a genuinely unsettling betrayal that stayed hidden from most of the village, Vanessa included. The mystery surrounding Caitlin's fate exploded into the open when Emmerdale aired a flash-forward sequence confirming that she had died, with police arriving at a crime scene to discover her body. While the show has yet to officially confirm whether her death constitutes murder, the circumstances surrounding it, combined with the sheer number of people with genuine motives connected to her manipulation, leave little doubt that this is shaping up to be a full-blown murder mystery rather than a simple tragic accident. Mackenzie Boyd immediately emerged as the most obvious suspect, having been the last person confirmed to confront Caitlin directly, and having openly threatened to kill her only moments before her death was ultimately revealed. His anger had been building steadily after Charity finally told him the truth about her postpartum depression struggles and Caitlin's role in worsening them through continued gaslighting, a revelation that pushed him to the edge during a tense confrontation in her office, one that only avoided turning more volatile because security intervened at the critical moment. It's within this unraveling web of secrets that Vanessa finally discovers the truth about who Caitlin really was. Rather than remaining on the periphery of the story as simply an ex-girlfriend with no real connection to the unfolding mystery, Vanessa learns about Caitlin's secret campaign against Charity, the blackmail over Layla's parentage, and the psychological manipulation tied to Charity's postpartum depression. For Vanessa, this discovery reframes everything she thought she knew about the woman she'd briefly dated, transforming what she believed was simply a disappointing romance into horror at having been involved, even peripherally, with someone capable of this level of calculated cruelty toward a close friend. This revelation also pulls Vanessa directly into the wider mystery surrounding Caitlin's death. Given her personal history with Caitlin, and now her awareness of exactly what Caitlin had been doing to Charity, Vanessa finds herself newly positioned within the story's growing web of suspects and motives, no longer simply an outside observer to Charity's ordeal, but someone with genuine, direct connections to both the victim and the people around her with clear reasons to want Caitlin gone. Fans have been closely following the unraveling mystery around Caitlin Todd's death for weeks, with much of the online discussion centered on trying to piece together exactly who among the growing list of suspects ultimately delivers the fatal blow. Entertainment outlets covering Emmerdale spoilers have highlighted Vanessa's discovery as a significant turning point in the storyline, given how directly it connects her, a character previously seen as only tangentially involved, to the heart of the mystery. Social media speculation has run wild over the suspect list, with viewers debating the merits of Mackenzie's obvious motive and explicit threat against quieter, less obvious candidates like Manpreet, who currently appears to have little clear motive, but remains a lingering possibility given how soap murder mysteries typically unfold. There's also been considerable discussion around Serena Sugden, with many fans convinced she could be the true culprit given her unsettling fixation on her infamous cousin John Sugden's history as a serial killer, and speculation that she might be following in his footsteps. Sarah Sugden and Vanessa Woodfield herself have also been named among the suspects fans are actively debating online, particularly now that Vanessa's own connection to Caitlin has been fully revealed. This storyline works because it methodically reveals Caitlin Todd's true nature through the eyes of multiple characters who each believe they knew a different version of her: Charity as her blackmail victim, Mackenzie as the enraged protector, and now Vanessa as a former romantic partner blindsided by revelations about who this woman really was. That layered structure ensures the mystery doesn't rely purely on identifying a killer, but also on unpacking just how much damage Caitlin caused before her death, and how many people had genuine reason to want her gone. For Vanessa specifically, this discovery marks a meaningful shift in her role within the broader storyline. Moving from someone with only a minor, personal connection to Caitlin to someone newly aware of the doctor's full scope of manipulation and cruelty gives her character real stakes in how this mystery ultimately resolves, both in terms of processing her own complicated feelings about the relationship and in potentially becoming entangled in the ongoing police investigation given her now established connection to the victim. Looking ahead, expect Vanessa's discovery to ripple outward into her relationships with Charity and the wider Dingle family, particularly as she processes both her own history with Caitlin and her horror at learning what was really happening behind the scenes. Given how directly her new knowledge connects her to the case, there's a reasonable chance Vanessa becomes more actively involved in trying to piece together exactly what happened to Caitlin, rather than remaining a passive bystander to the unfolding investigation. There's also the broader question of how the suspect list continues to narrow as the show heads toward revealing Caitlin's actual killer. With Mackenzie's explicit threat putting him at the top of the list, but genuine motives now established for numerous other characters as well, including the still mysterious Serena Sugden, expect continued twists and red herrings before the truth finally comes to light. Vanessa Woodfield's discovery of the truth about Dr. Caitlin Todd transforms her from a peripheral figure in this unfolding mystery into someone directly entangled in one of Emmerdale's biggest storylines of the year. As the list of suspects with genuine motives continues to grow, and as more of Caitlin's manipulation and cruelty comes to light, this murder mystery shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. So what do you think? Who do you believe is really responsible for Dr. Caitlin Todd's death? And how do you think Vanessa's discovery changes the investigation? Let us know your predictions in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more Emmerdale spoilers and entertainment news updates.